Howdy doody guys, what's happening? Today I'm going to work on the 8.6 again. Got a couple of things to do. Got to sort out that starter motor, do the alternator wiring as well, and hopefully get it to run half decent. Anyway, firstly, before I get into it, let me know if you're liking these videos. If you're not liking these videos, whatever, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what you're working on. If you've got a channel, I'd love to see what's happening with your cars. So either way, let's get into it. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is the alternator wiring. I have got a plug that I had just sitting off the alternator that obviously had been cut on tail end. So I'm going to figure out these wires. Looking at them right now, I'm pretty sure that white is just like a battery sense. So you can hook that back onto that looping connector on the alternator itself. And black and yellow is ignition. So that will have to be set up on a 12-volt ignition. And this should be my charge light wire. So you can either hook that back into your your charging light and that from your fuse box. But if you're lazy and you want to do something quick, I will show you what I'm going to do. Anyways, let's start making this fit. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting a hoop connector on the white cable coming out. This will just go back onto the lug on the alternator that your charge cable will also attach to. And for the other two wires coming off the back of the plug, I'm just putting in a lead of about 400 millimeters of wire that I had sitting around onto the back of the plug. I'll heat shrink it all up, make it nice, and I'll cut the excess length off when I put it in the car. Alright, so I'm going to chuck this plug on. It's kind of hard to see, but it's going to be sitting right up here. It's pretty close to the exhaust, so I am going to put some heat wrap on it. So what I'll do, put it in position, cut these to the length that I need them, put the wrap over it, and then hopefully it will go and work. Yeah, good English. Alright, so now what I need to remember, what colour goes to what, because I'm an idiot and I use some second-hand wire. Alright, I'm going to put a loop connector onto actually that, because I've got a fuse box right there. Don't know if you can see. Got a fuse box right there, and that's set on my ignition. Yeah, that'll work, hopefully. Alright, so now I need to do my charge light connector. So I'm gonna do something kind of dodgy for this, just because I'm really lazy and I can't be bothered going through all of this. Yeah, let's do the dodgy thing. So what you can do is get one of these. It's like a little Parker globe thingy. For some reason I have a heap of them around in my shed. Don't know why. Anywho, what you can do, attach this to a 12-volt ignition source, and then attach this to the line off the charger, off the alternator. Also, just put some heatsink on the end of these. I've left that little bit there so it kind of covers the bolt so nothing kind of arcs out. Alright, so before I deal with all that, I want to get this starter motor out and sort that out. Fuck you. Hello. Alright, so I've got this stuff. I got this, which is an adapter to run a different starter motor. Because I've had problems in the past with these starter motors that I couldn't get new ones. I tried heaps of places and that, just couldn't find them anywhere. If you know somewhere where you can get them, let us know. Either way, they're dog shit. Fuck you. These ones, better. More power. So, ooh, that's a lot heavy. This is it. So, This is a Honda Civic starter motor. I don't know what the torque specs are on it, but I know it's more. And this is an adapter to run it. This is from SQ Engineering. The link will be down in the bio. I highly suggest you buy like everything from them. They're just awesome. The quickest postage I've ever seen from just like an independent shop like that. Anywho, so this ideally should fit straight over it. Should bolt this to it, which it does. Clicks in like that. Line up. I think I've got it the wrong way around. Have I got it the wrong way around? I do. I think it's that way. It's kind of hard and awkward because the camera. I remember I didn't have it the wrong way around. Ah, there you go. Alright, so bolt holes line up here, bolt holes line up here, comes with bolts, we'll put these through, and then it's just hooking it up as usual. Bam, all ready to go. Yeah, this is ready to chuck in. I put a stud on this one because it's a little bit easier to get a nut than winding a whole bolt through. It shouldn't really matter either way. Anywho, ready to go in. Unfortunately, I can't really record that bit. It's kind of awkward to get through the headers. So you get the gist of what I'm doing. So. Alright, she's in. I don't know how well you can see that. Either way, just a quick mention. It goes around a different way than you'd think it does. It probably says this somewhere like on SQ's website, but don't have it so the solenoid would be sitting where it usually is. It's kind of like 180 degrees rotated, so it's closer to the body. You've got way more room here and that way from the exhaust. Yeah, other than that, nothing had to be changed. Like no wiring had to be changed. There's heaps of room there for it. Let's see if I've fucked something up or not. Whoa, what happened to my beard? It's gone. So I had a faulty new starter motor. Fuck starter motors, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Put in another one, another new one. Fingers crossed. It goes. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the alternator works. Alright, so as you can see, it's about 13.15. That's a pretty good charged battery, if you ask me. Anyway, let's start her up. That should raise to about 14.3, and that'd ideally be what I want. Oh yeah! And let's have a look for the dodgy Steve light. Alright, so see right here, that's that park globe I chucked in for the replacement, in opposed to running the wiring through the dash or finding the wires for it. Just for now, it's temporary. Probably not. So when I put the ignition over, that should light up. And when it's running and fully charging, it should go out. Yeah, well, it's still cold. Alright, so just for the sake of running it up, I've just put a coolant overflow in it, so I don't kill anything. It seems to already be running a lot better, just having the battery charging, as opposed to slowly degrading the battery. So something I did notice, I've actually got an oil leak where the distributor sits. I'll show you it. So because of this being like kind of tied down to the one point, it's kind of got a little bit cockeyed and it's dripping one drop of oil every now and then. I'm going to see if I can get another one of these off of another motor I've got in the shed, and then hopefully put it there and should lock it back down even. So lucky for me, I've got a couple of 4Ks here, and there's one of them. It's even got the bolt in it. So I'm hoping that I can put the bolt straight through and just have two of these as my mount for now, and probably forever. So as you can kind of see, now I've got two. Fingers crossed that that stops it leaking. Also, what I'm going to try doing is cracking off these little screws, like the locking nut on them, and then adjust them a little bit while it's running and see what kind of happens. Unfortunately, because it's so awkward, I'm just going to turn it down a little bit and then start up and see what happens. Popping, cracking like a considerable amount, but it is very responsive on the accelerator down low, as it wasn't before. So as I give it a blip, it like actually runs pretty good. What I need to do is get this thing up in the air and check all the nuts and bolts, because it's been so long sitting. I know that there's a lot of stuff that just never got done up fully, so might just run it into the shed. When I've got all that done, I'll try to take it for a drive, possibly just try to book it in for a tune first and get someone that knows what they're doing to get it running right. I know that the needles in the carbies and that control the amount of fuel going in and out of it are definitely not going to be what I actually need. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, I've chucked it back in the shed. I'm going to leave this video for today, and that way we have a little bit more content for the coming weeks, and hopefully I can continue giving you video by video each week if we are lucky. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you in the next one.
3, 2, 1.